Hey, welcome back to another episode of Welcome back to another episode of Initial Speed. Today, the Jetta needs some love. Needs brakes. When I'm doing highway speeds, freeway speeds, around 100, 120 kilometers an hour, so about 62 to 72 miles an hour, the car kind of shakes, and when you hit the brakes, it really shakes. It really shakes. So I looked at it, and all four rotors are warped. That guy that did the brake job, I think they just threw on some rotors, anything they could find. The pads look fairly new, so maybe they changed the pads. Anyhow, that's what we're up to. So come along, take a look, see what kind of mess I get into this time. Really, come on, let's go. So there's the rotor, caliper, carrier. All three of these need to come off. So first I stuck the screwdriver in here and compressed the piston a little bit. Makes this much easier. Then remove the hex head bolts that hold the caliper to the carrier. Remove that. Then remove the carrier. Then remove the rotor. And then put everything back together in the opposite order. Put the rotor back, put the carrier back, put the caliper back, of course with the shoes inside. So, this is what we're going to do. Decent amount of meat still on there. Carriers off. And rotors off. Now let's measure the old and the new and make sure that they are the right size. Same size. Trusty wheel hanger. Just makes things so much easier. Just cleaning up the surface for where the pad ears slide. These are the pad ears, that edge. So I just want to make sure that it's good and clean, so when the slider is moving them in and out, they actually can slide without binding. Sometimes for no reason, or what feels like no reason, things take a little longer. Just take your time, don't rush it. Carrier is finally on. Someone did do the brakes, but they did not grease the slider. So what this does is the caliper sits, for the most part, still. And as the piston collapses the pads onto the rotor, this allows the caliper to slide a little bit. No grease. Let's see what the other one looks like. Same deal. Alright. I'm gonna grab some grease, I'll be right back. A little bit on the slider area, the area where the pad ear I was showing you. Just put a little bit on there, so lubricant, right? Cannot have enough. Sure, there's an innuendo in there somewhere. Time for pads. New pads. Now the one with the bracket here, that goes inside the piston. Like so. Slider's got to go back in. And then these little caps, I like to put a little bit of grease inside. That way if you ever need it, you're stuck on the side of the road or something, you know you've got a little bit of grease to use. It's not much, but it might just be enough. And there you have it. First one, all done. Do it the way I just did it. Be careful not to pinch the boot. I'm going to assume that this side got the same treatment as the other side. Very little love, if any. Trust no one, man. Slider, of course, should slide freely inside that hole. That's pretty much it. Just make sure that the spring in the front is sitting properly. Put the wheel on, and Bob's your mom. Bob's your uncle.